The most dangerous habit destroying your future isn't laziness. It's the time you wake up. Almost every successful person shares one uncomfortable habit. They wake up before the world does, not because they're motivated, but because their brain is wired differently. Waking up early isn't about productivity. It's about control. Control over your mind. Control over your day. Control over who you become. And the moment you take that control back, everything changes. Be honest with yourself. If waking up early is so powerful, why do you keep hitting snooze, even when you know it's ruining your day? Why do you promise yourself every night that tomorrow will be different, and then when the alarm goes off, you shut it down without thinking? I'll tell you what it is. It's not about being tired. It's about your brain protecting the version of you it already knows. The version that's comfortable, the version that doesn't challenge itself. Let me explain why waking up early feels so painful. Your brain isn't designed to seek growth, it's designed to seek comfort. So when your alarm goes off at 4:30 in the morning, your brain doesn't feel inspiration. It feels threat. It feels like something is being taken away. And it resists. This resistance isn't physical. You're not actually that tired, but your brain convinces you that you need more, that 5 more minutes won't hurt. But those 5 minutes aren't about rest, they're about control. And every time you hit snooze, you're telling yourself that comfort is more important than commitment. That ease is more valuable than discipline. And your brain learns. It learns that you don't mean what you say, that your promises to yourself are negotiable. But here's what happens when you actually get up. When you override that voice telling you to stay in bed, something shifts. Your brain registers that you're serious, that you're different, that you're someone who does hard things even when you don't feel like it. And that registration is more powerful than any motivation you'll ever feel. Because motivation is temporary, but identity is permanent. And waking up early builds identity. It builds the identity of someone who keeps their word to themselves. Someone who doesn't need to feel ready. Someone who moves even when it's uncomfortable. Now let me tell you why 4:30 a.m. specifically works. It's not arbitrary. It's psychological. At 4:30 in the morning, the world is silent. No notifications. No people needing things from you. No distractions. Your brain is in a completely different state. The emotional noise that builds up throughout the day hasn't started yet. And in that silence, your brain operates differently. It's clearer, sharper, more focused. This is when your dopamine system resets. This is when decision-making is at its peak. You're awake before your patterns wake up, and that gives you a window. A window to decide who you're going to be that day before the world tells you who to be. This is why 4:30 a.m. silently rewrites how you see yourself. Because every morning you wake up at that time, you're proving something to yourself. You're proving that you're capable of doing what you said you would do. That you're not controlled by comfort. And that proof accumulates. It builds. And over time, it changes your self-image. You stop seeing yourself as someone who struggles with discipline. You start seeing yourself as someone who has it. And once that shift happens, everything else follows. Your decisions follow. Your habits follow. Your results follow. But here's why most people fail. They think it's about willpower, but willpower runs out. The real reason people fail at waking up early is comfort addiction. It's the belief that you need to feel good before you act. It's the illusion that tomorrow will be different, that tomorrow you'll feel more ready, but you won't. Tomorrow you'll feel exactly the same, because your brain will do exactly what it did today. It will choose comfort, it will choose ease. And that path leads nowhere. Your brain isn't lazy, it's loyal. Loyal to the old version of you, the version that hits snooze. The version that procrastinates, the version that talks about change but doesn't actually change. And as long as you keep acting like that version, your brain will keep supporting it. It will keep giving you reasons why you should sleep in, why you should start tomorrow. But those aren't reasons, they're excuses. And they're designed to keep you exactly where you are. Because where you are is safe, and your brain values safety over everything. Even over your dreams, even over your potential. So how do you actually do this? You build a system. And that system starts with identity. You don't wake up early because you want to be productive. You wake up early because that's who you are. You're someone who wakes up early. That's your identity. And once you claim that identity, your behavior follows. You prime your brain the night before. You don't negotiate in the morning. You set one non-negotiable rule. When the alarm goes off, you move. No thinking, no deciding, no 5 more minutes. You just move. And you don't make it heroic. You just get up. That's it. That's the only rule. And that one rule, followed consistently, rewrites everything. Because you don't wake up early to be productive. You wake up early to take control. Control of your mind. Control of your day. Most people spend their entire day reacting. Reacting to emails. Reacting to other people's needs. Reacting to how they feel. But when you wake up at 4:30, you're not reacting. You're acting. You're choosing. And that choice, that decision to get up when you don't want to, that's where power comes from. Internal power, the kind of power that nobody can take from you. And that ripple effect is bigger than you think. When you win the first battle of the day, when you get out of bed when you said you would, it sets the tone for everything else. Your confidence increases, your emotional control strengthens, your focus sharpens, your self-respect deepens. You stop seeing yourself as someone who needs motivation. You start seeing yourself as someone who has discipline. And discipline isn't about forcing yourself to do things. It's about becoming someone who doesn't need to force. Someone who just does. Someone who keeps their word. Success doesn't start with hustle. It starts with winning the first battle of the day. The battle between comfort and commitment. Between who you are and who you're becoming. And that battle happens at 4:30 in the morning. In the dark, in the silence, when nobody's watching. And every time you choose to get up, you're voting for the person you're becoming. You're building evidence, evidence that you're serious, evidence that you're different. Tomorrow at 4:30 a.m., you won't just wake up early. You'll wake up different. You'll wake up as someone who keeps their promises. Someone who doesn't negotiate with comfort. Someone who understands that the life they want is built in the moments nobody sees. In the decisions nobody applauds. But you won't sleep. Because you're not that person anymore. You're the person who gets up, and that person wins.